Different one today. Dan Mercer of Mercer Falconry on YouTube. He's asked Kai if he can come out and see the eagles go in. I've been invited along too. I haven't seen Dan for a couple of years. We did a bit of filming together maybe a couple of winters ago. It certainly seems, yeah, not that long, but it probably was. So we're going to go out now. I've kind of ended my season about a week ago. The run up to Easter, our first weekend opening at Icarus Falconry. To be quite honest, I've left it a bit late. There's a lot of maintenance to get done. But yeah, I thought it'd be nice to have a walk out. Nice to see Kyle's golden eagle go for probably my last time this year. He's done so well with that eagle that sort of kind of withered away on the vine, and he's revitalised that bird, and now it's really been a really worthy golden eagle to go hunting with. Nice to see that go, but after today I might nip out with someone else and watch their bird fly one more time, and that'll be it. And then it's going to be really loads and loads of graft to get done. So we'll see what action we do. I'll try and get some filming, see what Dan's got to say. I'll leave a link to the video on his channel when it comes out. Got a couple of nice stories to tell you as well later on. One of just genuine kindness, and one about really what I think's been the bird of the season for sure. So I'll leave that till the end, but enjoy. If I get any footage, enjoy it.
Despite the obvious of taking wild quarry with bird of prey, just being immersed in nature, enjoying the countryside, the camaraderie, being out with other fellow falconers, and yeah, just enjoying it really.
Unsticking.
We've got these mad hooligans behind me, Kyle and the eagle. No idea what Zeus is going to do, but we'll see, and hopefully Dan's going to get some really good footage on his proper camera. So first field, we're not even in the field really, we're just going across a sheep field. Zeus! Whoa! I was going to say, there's hares everywhere, and that's the trouble. Even in February, if the weather kicks in, you have a few nice days, they start boxing. They're above ground, as in they're not in their forms, they're mostly running around. It's usually a bad time of year for Zeus because he does a lot of self-hunting. Thankfully it's not windy to help him, so he's not paying any attention to me. Bang on weight, and he's scanning. He's scanning, look at this, 20 metres away, he's scanning for hares moving while I'm walking towards him. Just a twitch of their ears, or as they tighten into a form to hide. He sees them and he's trying to take them out of form. And I've just put 5 up in a tiny radius. Zeus! Woo! Sort of show something that was caught out of season, but as it's such a spectacular trophy, yeah, there you go. Press play.
Fuck yeah! You've got senile.
Yeah, anyway, Tommy caught a shrew. Oh, he's thrown it well on that, isn't he? God, look at that.
Don't like it downwind.
It's funny, isn't it? How funny is that?
You might do him downwind.
No, he knows he's probably had a good, like, crash or something, hasn't he? coming right for us. No, we weren't going to slip on him. It was just fascinating to get some footage on Hare. Natural, just peaceful behaviour. That was coming right for us again. The bloody bird fidgeted. So when it's this time of year, the day length's increasing and some of the February sunshine is like spring. That encourages those hares. They start coming out on the sunny days, meeting up with each other, obviously sussing each other out, seeing who's coming into season, and then that's the lead up to boxing. And it's just fascinating to watch, and I'd love to set up a hide nowadays for another few weeks, but I never get the time. And if I had the right camera gear, just film natural behaviour while they're just chilling out. The boys are lined up. They're going to work a bit of rough, but hares, just amazing, amazing animals. So Dan's slipping Stan, Kyle's eagle, it's his slip, and to take the weight off, Tommy's slipping Zeus for the next one again. He gets to slip him, I get to go and find him. So they're walking a little bit of rough. Remember, a lot of this is short winter wheat, and it's not holding them that tight. Little rough patches. There's still a few around in there. Certainly like a box of chocolates, these little rough corners. 3 species of deer could pop out. Hares. In the old days, rabbits, of course. Foxes. You never know what you're going to get. And of course, with a golden eagle, they could all be on the menu for sure.
Nice background. I'm going to come out of any YouTube, but this one's gay.
You're not going to believe this, Dan. Fucking rainbow behind you. The wind's just pushing the birds away, isn't it? Run, Kyle!
Slip! Chinese, run! Go on, Tom!
He just tried to get another sitter and he got so far and he thinks he's got it and he hasn't, and that's really good because it's a really bad habit. You haven't got anything? Yeah, I've got a chicky chick. You naughty boy. Oh dear, it's got a vulve thumb. So this is a royal pain in the butt at this time of year, and I'm glad I'm done today. Always the same when it's like this. So he just flew a Chinese water deer, a really good strong flight, and then when he closed on it he actually thought nah, and floated up, let it go in the hedge, and then he floated downwind as he does, sits on the dirt, and he just sits there. Oh, hold on, bloody hell, couldn't get the phone turned around quick enough to film a hare that just ran straight towards us. Beautiful shot of a hare running straight at us, but I couldn't get the phone to turn around in time, activate. So he'll sit on the deck over there or anywhere, and he will not recoil. He'll wait as I walk right up to him, and he's scanning all the time the ground around him, and he's looking for a hare to just see a human and think, oh, I'll just go down a little bit lower in my form, just move an inch. As good as their eyesight is, stuff that's camouflaged and doesn't move, they know it. They might see it moving and know something's there, but they can't focus on it. But he sees that little bit of movement, it'll just be a hare crouch under the half an inch maybe down, and he'll fly off and try and mug it in the form, which he's just done. One just started running, it was about a metre out of its form, it jumped over him and he sat tight, would not recoil. I was 6 feet away from this bird and he's still not looking at me, he's still scanning the ground around him, and he flew another 100 yards because he's seen another hare in its form move, and he took it in its form, and luckily, yeah, you saw, but he's dropped most of it now. He just came off, it must have a very big ball patch on it, but it shed its fur and enabled it to break free, and that's good. I don't want him to be rewarded in any way from taking hares in forms. It's a real annoying. It's really clever behaviour, it's wild eagle behaviour, but like a greyhound running clever, it does not make for exciting flying, just mugging hares in their forms. Good brain, but yeah, a clever and lazy way of hunting for him for sure. That's exactly what he wants to do. I can't be bothered to keep walking back to the line. They're coming towards us, and we'll push on into the next field. So on this land, it's so well sort of thought about by Steve the gamekeeper for wildlife management. Birds we've seen today: merlin, kestrels, buzzards, red kites, all sorts of little brown jobbies. We've seen deer, slots of water deer, muntjac, roe deer. Absolutely full of life, and lots of cover and copses and wild patches and seed patches. Really great for all manner of wildlife. And of course, it's the pheasant shoot here that pays and enables Steve to spend money on wildlife conservation, because without the hunting there wouldn't be surplus money given to him to really do the good job that he does. So always be careful what you wish for. If you're not into shooting, that's fine. This is a very low volume shoot, so very low impact on the wildlife. It's not got thousands and thousands of pheasants in every square inch, and it's certainly that money that hunting from shooting brings in gives him a lot of cash and money and finances to really go above and beyond, putting stuff in from insect and amphibians up to larger wildlife too. So one of those stories I wanted to tell you, if you watch my channel, you'll know that as much as I fly all kinds of birds of prey, I'm very lucky, I really champion a well-flown harrisawk. It's just the most phenomenal bird in falconry if given the right time and the right training. They are the super bird of falconry. We just know so many of them as the real rubbishy birds of falconry, and of course it's not the bird's fault. So if you watch my channel, you probably watch Free Bird of Reason, Pete, his life story really with his harrisawk. And sadly, if you watch his channel, you know his young pointer had a fit and died out in the field. Despite mouth to mouth and everything else, it passed away. But how kind is this? Someone on the Falconry Hub on Facebook who follows Pete's journey put a shout out. I really want to get the contact details for Pete at Free Bird of Reason, and I want to offer him a young wire-haired pointer. Now, it's not a replacement. Dogs are so family, aren't they? But the absolute kindness that someone's reached out to offer him a dog, and he said, because I know you'll give the dog more life than anyone else. Pete's out for 6 months of the year, every single day, more or less, with his dogs and his hawk. He really does just immerse himself in falconry every day, pretty much of the entire season. So if you're a working dog or a working harrisawk, goodness me, that's the sort of home you want to go to. But I kind of got cynical. I think 80% of the world are a-holes, but really, there really are some nice, genuine, just kind people out there. That's a good old fly. He's got some strength, that bird, now, hasn't he? Bloody hell. Zeus would not entertain flying back now. That's a good circuit. 2 hares! That was handy. No, he wants the other one. Flipping hell, he's shifting. Yes! No! No, that bird deserved that hare. He was like a missile. Oh, it's run back the other way. People say that they have bigger hares on their land than ours, but at the end of the day, I know Dan's really small, but this is the size of the hares forms here. Ah! He's going fast, isn't he? I mean, that eagle is freaking fast, isn't he? Not fast enough, but you don't want to commit. Did it get in? It kind of got in there, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Right, hold on. I'm not going to put my hand there.
It looks a bit further.
Go on, stop making excuses.
Now you with the expensive camera.
Pretend to fall in.
Don't back from the camera.
Oh well, we literally are in the last field. Slipped a Zeus in the penultimate field. Quite a long slip. He sat on the deck as he has done all day. And of course, as I've got nearer, he's in another field, but as I've got nearer, his sea went through the hedge. I've moved a hare along. There was 2 hares here. And he's caught one. Yeah, I don't think in a chase. I think it was above ground, but he's done what he's wanted to do all day. Boy, and it's the last day of the season, so hook by crook, we're gonna feed him up. He's done his job as far as he's concerned. All I did was see the eagle fly away out of sight over the hedgerow. But for sure, golden eagle on his prize, and of course they look like balls of fire. You imagine if you were a fox and not the falconer that he trusts, turns into an absolute fireball and says, if you think you can take it, you come and get it. We'll give him a good feed. He's done well, and leave the hares in peace to do what they do, reproduce, and hopefully the huge amount of red kites here won't take too many leverets like I think they might have done this year. We shall see. Okay, so there we are. One happy eagle. We've seen loads of hares. We've seen Chinese water deer, we've seen roe deer, we've seen muntjac, and we've had quite a lot of slips. Mostly, it's quite rubbish. I don't know, rubbish isn't the word, but not just unsuccessful. We've had some splintering flights, especially from Kyle Stan, but a lot of stuff that, yeah, the wind and the headland, and it's just been a bit all wrong really, but he doesn't care. He's going to get a good feed up, and that's our season done. From his point of view, he's snagged probably 5 hares today. He's tapped a Chinese water deer on the back. He's chased a muntjac, and he said, oh no, actually mate, off you go, when he's caught up with it. But now you can see the other guys coming over. He's done enough. My last thoughts on this video are, I normally go out alone for my falconry, and yet this year I've mostly gone out with other people. I've met some new falconers I've never met before personally. I've met some great landowners, some great gamekeepers and beaters on invites. I normally enjoy the solitude really of my ferret, dog, hawk, eagle, whatever. But I've really enjoyed the crack this year. It's been a change. Something I usually do just a couple of times a year has been my mainstay of falconry this year. And I've got to say, Mike's young Bonelli's eagle has been the best Bonelli's eagle I've ever seen go so far, for sure. An absolute Exocet missile. Kyle's sort of dilapidated golden eagle, third or fourth handle, whatever it is, seeing that go from sort of 0 to hero in the course of a season. Absolutely been great to see that. But I think I've got to say the hawk of the season is the Harris hawk trained by my friend John. He's got health issues and he just wanted one more shot. He wanted to train a hawk to take a hare. It took a lot out of him to do so, and he finally managed it and took his first hare with the hawk he's trained himself, with help of course. And then young Dan, never been a falconer before, carp fisherman turned falconer, taking on the hawk from John and continuing that hawk's journey to become an outstanding hare hawk in its first season. Flown at nothing else, not a massive Harris hawk, sort of an average size decent Harris hawk, and yet I'm going to leave with a photo, the sort that I don't really put on my channel, sort of, you know, big game hunter, but I think the picture speaks 1,000 words. And on his last day of the season, he caught a hare on the first slip on an invite, and he decided to push on, feed it a little crop and fly it again later in the day. And it took a ginormous hare around the 9.5 pound mark, a bird about, I don't know, 2.25 pounds in weight. What makes a Harris hawk or a small bird do this regularly? With a Harris hawk, it's a social nature, and a well-trained Harris hawk knows the falconer will run in as fast as he or she can and assist the hawk in dispatching the game. They will hang on for dear life, knowing there's that sociable nature. Someone's coming to help me. Fed well on its kills, giving it the confidence to think, yes, they're worth catching. And the time and effort put into getting the bird mentally fit with a physically fit body, conditioned physically and mentally for the task ahead. So massive credit for Dan, a first year falconer, picked up the baton and sprinted with it. I'll see you in the next one. Loads more to come on the channel.